Nate Diaz has acted exactly how Nate Diaz would act in the press conference promoting his boxing matchup with Jake Paul, getting up twice and walking off to use the bathroom in the middle of the broadcast. The matchup between Jake Paul and Nate Diaz marks the first fight for Paul since he lost his undefeated record against Tommy Fury last time out. For Diaz, this will be his first fight since the UFC didn't extend his contract at the end of 2022. The fight already has some hilariously bizarre backstory, as Nate Diaz recently choked a man unconscious in the street who he believed to be Jake Paul's brother, Logan. Fans were expecting fireworks during the press conference, and whilst there was no threats of violence breaking out during the broadcast, fans certainly weren't left disappointed as the event had some great moments. Notably, Diaz got up and walked off during the event, which he called a sketchy and effing rookie event.
He said he's just going to the restroom and will be right back.
Jesus Christ.
Before host Ariel Helwani had to beckon him back to the stage. He then left again a short time later, telling Helwani he needed to use the bathroom and left for a lengthy absence and returned for the face-off. Paul seemed bemused during the event at times and even pulled out a stuffed monkey clapping cymbals and said this is what's going on in Nate's head. It goes without saying that there is likely more entertaining and hilarious events to ensue before the two actually do get into the ring. But when they do finally face off in the boxing ring, how do you see the fight going? Do you think Paul is experienced enough and has enough power to shatter the seemingly uncrackable chin of Nate Diaz? On the flip side, do you believe that Nate still has what it takes to beat a young boxer like Paul after a long and enduring career in MMA? Especially given he is missing half of his arsenal in the ground game. Let me know how you think it's going to go in the comments. The Bear Jew, Paul Craig, could be set to try his luck down at middleweight following a successful trial in his spare time. The entertaining submission artist hosts a podcast called Leathered, and in a recent episode, he broke down the details of his sizable weight cut, trying to go from his usual cut down to 205 all the way down to middleweight at 185 pounds. The fighter not only made the commission acceptable 186 pounds, but also got all the way down to championship weight at 185 pounds. Saying on his podcast about the experience, "It's horrible, man. I would normally diet and we'd cut, and I'm talking like a couple of kilograms, 2 at the absolute max, whereas this was 8 kilograms of water weight. Middleweight, we were big. We were effing huge. On Thursday, I'd done my 30 to 40 minute run, spent 20 minutes in the sauna, and then done a 40-minute wrap. Went to bed, slept relatively alright, woke up about 5:30, fired on some sweet sweat, jumped in the bath for 20 minutes, land on the wrap, 20 minutes in there. Then the nutritionist is like, nah, Paul, that's it, we've made it, that's us, we've made the weight. I'm like, nah, we've still got an extra 0.4 to go. I wanted to make sure we could do it to championship weight. What's the point of going to the strippers and not getting a lap dance? I need to know I could do it, Craig continued. Jumped back in the bath, 20 minutes in the bath, and we were bang on the money. Thumbs up. It's pretty incredible that Craig was able to push himself to get all the way down another weight class, but when asked whether he would actually flirt with the idea of fighting at 185 pounds, Paul said, "I've been speaking to my agent last night, and the questions they, UFC, asked were, what do you want to do? You want to fight at light heavyweight or middleweight? I said, tell me what you want. Where does Mick Maynard, the matchmaker, where does he want me? I'm a company guy. Tell me who to fight, and I'll fight him. Now, I'm looking for a nice fight, a fight that gets my plums going. I'm looking for something that interests me fight-wise. That's a fight I'll take at light heavyweight, 100%, Pahea. I'd like that. I don't rate his jiu-jitsu." As of now, Craig sits at number 9 in the UFC's light heavyweight rankings. Would you be keen to see the Bear Jew welcome Alex Pahea into the light heavyweight division? Or would you be keen to see if Paul Craig could go down a division and hang with the middleweights? Let me know in the comments. Cyril Gane's team has spoken out for the first time since UFC 285, and I like what I'm hearing. Former UFC interim heavyweight champ Cyril Gane is apparently getting closer to making his return to the octagon after a frankly disappointing first-round submission loss against John Jones at UFC 285. Thankfully, it seems we may not have to wait too much longer for another Cyril Gane fight, as his coach Fernand Lopez recently gave a bit of an update during a recent interview where he said, September, Sergey Pavlovich would be a good opponent as well. Whilst he kept it short and sweet, it is music to the ears of many to hear that it could be Gane v Pavlovich next. And whilst many believe Pavlovich deserves the next shot against Jon Jones, I think fans are equally as aware that Jones doesn't seem to want that fight and is content to hang up the gloves after fighting Stipe Miocic. And with that in mind, Gane v Pavlovich could be the unofficial title shot of the next gen of heavyweights after Jones and Miocic surely retire within the next year or so. And depending on how long it takes to put together the Jones v Stipe fight, and let's be honest, it could be a while, another interim belt doesn't seem entirely off the table if Gane and Pavlovich go head to head. Who do you see coming out on top if these top-flight heavyweights come together before the doors close on 2023? Let me know in the comments and let me know what round and how it will get done. Hype train welterweight/middleweight Khamzat Chimaev has recently taken to Twitter to let people know that it's not his fault he hasn't had a fight booked recently. The surging UFC prospect most recently fought in September at UFC 279, where he made short work of Kevin Holland in a main event where he missed weight considerably enough to force an entire card reshuffle. Taking to Twitter recently to comment on why there have been no fight announcements and why things are so quiet on his end, Chimaev said, "If I want to fight 77, if I want to fight 84, I decide. I have no problems with fights. If they gave me a fight, I would have fought a long time ago. I did so many training camps and not one fight. The problem is definitely not with me. Prepared in Dubai, then to Thailand. Why do I train so much if there is no fight? I don't understand." He then proceeded to tag Bilal Muhammad, Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya, Leon Edwards, Colby Covington, and Robert Whittaker, saying, "I can fight with everyone, I don't care who." Who do you want to see Chimaev face off against next, and do you think he deserves a title shot in either division? Do you think he even deserves another shot at making welterweight after the last attempt? Let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching Undisputed MMA. Please like and subscribe as it really helps me grow the channel, and be sure to hit the bell notification to keep up to date with all the latest in MMA and the UFC.